Long ago, we looked upon a foreboding sky. The reunion at hand may bring joy. It may bring fear. For they are coming back. At last, the promise has been made.
Hello everybody, my name is Admiral Redbeard, and welcome to the revival of an old show I used to do on the Rhinovision channel. It's called Build Up. Now, this is going to take place of the discussion videos that I was going to do. You can see that I did a Last of Us 2 discussion a while back, this is a different style of that. Basically, what I used to do with the Rhinovision crew is we used to sit and play like first versions of the games or like the previous version of the game, like before the sequel would come out. We would talk about what we were excited for. We would jump between all the different games. It was a little bit of a mess, but it was one of our most popular shows that we did at the time. So instead of me just sitting in front of a camera and talking to you about the game, I'm gonna play the demos or the previous version, and I'm just going to talk to you about it. It's not going to be a full Let's Play or anything. This one probably will be, because it's the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo. And we're going to talk about what we're excited about and discuss going into it, everything. And I'm so excited for you guys to see. So we're just going to jump right into it. I'm going to play it on normal. So I've already played this a couple times, because I'm obsessed, and I cannot wait to play this game. So let's just get into it, shall we, guys? Start with the most amazing opening cinematic. It's so beautiful. I mean, look at her. She's just gorgeous. Aerith is my girl. I love her. She's just one of my favorite characters of all time. God. So, with the Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out, it's about a month away, guys. That's pretty exciting. And there's so much to go over and discuss about what it is. Everybody who's following the game knows that it is just the Midgar section of the game, which originally only took about 10% of the original Final Fantasy. Now, things will change with that. Everybody's getting upset, and I've scoured comments like crazy. Smoosh! About the idea that, like, I'm not going to buy it because, you know, it's not a complete game, it's not this and that. I really wish there was a way to get rid of that stigma of the idea that it's not a complete game. As far as I'm concerned, this is Final Fantasy Remake Part 1. Or it's just, you know, it's kind of like when the first Assassin's Creed 2 came out, right? That was Assassin's Creed 2. Here's Ezio's story, here it all is. They made 2 more games on Ezio's story. Brotherhood and Revelations. That was 3 full games. And obviously, we know what Final Fantasy VII is. We know how much there is to go about it. But that was 3 parts. And yeah, maybe the terminology of the episodic release is not great, but they say this is going to be the full length of a normal Final Fantasy, like, modern day title. Which, if you power through Final Fantasy 15, sorry. Oh, just amazing. If you play through that, I mean, it takes it, what, maybe 25, 30 hours to power through it with so much, I mean, I put hundreds of hours into that game over, I don't know, I mean, over the past couple of years, because I love Final Fantasy 15 so much. Now, that's huge. Like, Nomura came out and said as well, like in one of his interviews, that the side quests are not going to derail you from the main story, that they're going to be just as important. That's fantastic. There's so much that they're going to be putting into this, more additions. Hell, I already heard that, I read that there's going to be a moment in this game where, like, you're wandering Midgar and you get to go to, like, dinner with, like, Jesse's parents. I read that briefly. I don't know the source of it, but that's incredible to just think about. Like, that's something, I mean, to build up on these other characters that basically just disappear for the rest of the game after Midgar, give it to me. Give me more Biggs. Give me more Wedge. Give me more Jessie. I love her. Oh, I mean, look at this, guys. This is Square Enix at its finest. Final Fantasy 15 looked incredible. It really did. I was blown away when that game first came out. Square always just blows me away by how beautiful they make video games, and I still don't think people hold a candle to them. You know, I mean, there's so many. I mean, God of War looked amazing. Death Stranding looked amazing. There's, I mean, that list could keep going on. But look at this. You just see everything. Move forward, typical Final Fantasy style, brief cutscene. Now, the thing that I'm enjoying so much more, and this is why I keep playing the demo over and over again, is because of the combat system. I'm a big fan of the way it is. Now, for these smaller enemies, yeah, I'm just bashing square. A lot of people are going to be going over the fact that it's a button masher. I do not believe that is going to be the case as we get deeper and deeper, and you'll see that when we get to like the bigger bosses in this game. These smaller enemies, sure, but we used to sit, you know, we'd sit in a turn-based style combat, and these guys would show up, you'd hit them once or twice, dead, and you'd go through a loading screen and all that. So to get through some of these smaller ones, just like level grind and all that, you know, hitting this or holding square, which you can do to take them down, or you wait for the ATB gauge to build up, which is the exact same thing that it used to do. You hit X and it slows time down, and it slows it completely down. This is tactical mode, and I love this idea where then I can just go in to do a spell. I can do an ability. I'm going to do a Braver on him, and you pick who you want to do, just like you would have in a turn-based style. The idea of the button mashing between it is you will build your ATB gauge faster, and you can't use items, you can't use abilities or spells until you get there. I love the UI here. I think it looks very similar to the original, and it's different, right? Now they do have what's called classic mode built into this. The thing I don't like so far about classic mode is, I mean, I'm a very proactive gamer. I love, you know, hack and slash games. Devil May Cry is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I mean, they even have the guarding ability in here, which is great. So if they shoot at me, otherwise you switch to Punisher mode, and then if he comes in and melee attacks you, boo. And now he's a lot slower in this. They teach you about this a little later. Being in operator mode is a little bit better because you can move around a little bit more. But guarding is great. But back on classic mode, I'll show it to you guys here in the next fight and explain a little bit of how it works. Now, in the demo, there's not a lot to like look around and find yet. But you do need, I recommend if you should definitely play this for yourself because you've got to try the combat. You have to see if it's for you or not. But if let me switch it real quick because I'm going to show you guys how it works. So if we switch it to classic mode, they will attack and defend on their own. Okay. Now, right now in the demo anyway, it does put it down to easy mode. Now, I'm hoping that in the main game that they at least let it be like a little bit more difficult, so you have to be more strategic, because easy mode, I mean, Square Enix games can be easy when they have a difficulty setting like that. But it puts it down to easy mode, and they will move, and they'll defend, and they'll attack, just like you would regularly. And you can just sit back like a turn-based style system and wait for your ATB gauge to gain. You hit the X button, or you go into tactical mode, and then you pick what you want to do. It's the exact same concept. It really is. It's just more of a modern way to do it. The ATB system in Final Fantasy VII, you would sit there, and you would wait, and you would wait. And then once it got there, you get to pick your moves. And that's fine. So it does have that built into it. It's not going to be the same type of system that that everybody was used to in the old days. But modernizing that it's not something they have to do. You know, I love JRPGs still. Turn-based style systems are fantastic and fun to play still because I like that. But you have to change it up. And this is just my opinion. You know, I'm not speaking for everybody. I know a lot of people just want the old school turn-based style, but give this a shot. You know, it's definitely a way to it's a way to balance it, I think, to be able to give you both sides of what everybody wants, which, you know, to be perfectly honest, they didn't have to do. They didn't have to do it one bit. They could have given you this other combat style, but I think if you play it enough times and get used to it, there's a lot more to it, and when we get to the last boss fight, I'll explain a lot more about how, like, I'll show you and how about differently it is. So, you guys having fun yet? I love this. Like, you know, this is great. I mean, these cinematics, you know, there it is. There's that cover. Coming for you, baby. Mako? How do you want to say it? Doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to get into a fight here again. This is going to be classic mode on this, okay? So when the difficulty is set to classic, the player, yeah, I mean, I'll show you. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to lock onto one. He's going to sit there and he's just going to attack, okay? Now we wait, and now the ATB gauge is up. Now I hit the X button, and I'm going to toss a fire spell at the guard dog, and he does that. Now he's staggered, and you can still, I believe you can still hit the square button, you know, but it just puts it down in easy mode. All right, so we got them, and that's how it goes. So if we move forward a little bit, I think if we run around, another guy will show up here in just a second because there's a chest over here, and then another guy will show up. But that's classic mode. Now you can stack your abilities. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let him go. We're gonna get 2 ATB gauges here. So we're just gonna let him go. Keep your eyes on our health, because the guard dogs don't take a lot of damage when you just mash it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let 2 ATB gauges go. All right. So we got him now, and we're gonna do a braver, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit. Oh, maybe it won't let you do it in classic. Oh, there it is. I had to wait a second. And then we're going to do fire. So we beat him, but you can stack them, which is fantastic. So you just wait. I prefer the other style, so I'm going to switch it right back at this point because it's really easy. But if you want that style of gameplay, go for it. Play it like you used to. Why not? There's something for everybody there, and it's fun. I really like the combat system. Now you can see here on the back of Cloud's Buster Sword, I'm sure I'm repeating a lot of stuff you guys probably already know, but you can see that there is materia based in there. There's 2 slots for it. The fact that you could just see that is just so exciting, and to wait and see what else is going to be. Like, I cannot wait to get into the main game, to be able to walk around Midgar a little bit more, find different materia. I really hope that they're going to have very similar systems to what they had before, where you can mix materia, get bigger ones, better ones. I'm sure they will. They've put so much effort into making this just like the old game, but so new at the same time and adding more. I don't think we're going to be missing a lot of stuff. And the designs of the characters are amazing. All right, I got an ATB gauge. I'm going to let these build up because I'm going to take that guard dog down like this. So we're going to fire spell the guard dog, and then we're going to focus thrust the security officer to finish him up. And then I'm going to go into Punisher mode. I'm going to hold this down, and it gives you a much stronger attack style, and we staggered him. Then when we go into abilities, we're going to do a braver. So in Punisher mode, you cannot guard against magic and like ranged attacks, and you move a lot slower in combat. So you gotta be thinking about it. There's a lot to pick up from all this that they've put into just this combat system, and that's not including the idea of that the way that you have to stagger enemies is not just going to be swinging. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people out there who just go through this whole game and just hold it down, hit it, and beat the game. But that's gaming. You adapt, you adjust, you know, to gaming. I mean, you probably could do it, but that's also not fun. I mean, it's kind of like, let me put it into a perspective if I can that makes more sense. The idea behind, let's say you're playing like a looter shooter, okay? Let's say you're playing like Borderlands or Destiny. Do you stick with the same gun the entire time and just, I mean, yes, so you just shoot, but there's mods and improvements that will make you better at it and get you more stuff and do all that. So you change things up. So the idea to make battles go quicker, so I mean, if you want to sit there and do classic mode, it's going to go slow. It's going to take time. But you can strategize and do this and that and go about it and figure out exactly what you want to do, but it's going to take time. Do you want to just hold down Punisher mode and get up there and this? Tactical mode a little bit and have other people heal you? You can do that. I love when games give you multiple options, you know, where like there's some older hack and slash games where it's literally just hack and slash. You don't have to worry about it too much, you know. But like even Devil May Cry in a hack and slash game, you got your X button, you got your square button, you got your triangle button, you got your different types of moves, but you still have to monitor other things. I love how colorful Barrett still is. I've seen a lot of people say that the voice acting is cringeworthy. I think it's on point. Compared to what the like original dialogue was, it's so just right there. It sounds like Barrett. It feels like him. Like, you got to have a little bit of that cartoony thing, because the original Final Fantasy VII is not Advent Children. Advent Children, as amazing as that movie is, most of us all watch it just to watch the Sephiroth fight. I know that. But Cloud was a different type of person. He's the badass in in Advent Children. He's not really a badass here yet. He's awkward. He's shy. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't understand, like, many different types of things. And there's points where he's goofy as fuck. Oh, it's so fun. Is there somebody else? Oh, there they are. Okay. He can be. Barrett's goofy. I mean, when we get to the Honeybee Inn, it's so odd to be able to see something like that. And I'm excited for people who have never played the original, or who have, anyway, or just seen Advent Children, to see a different side of all these characters. Also to get to know more of them so much more. Because Cloud was so different in the original game. And even my wife, Kassy, like, she played a little bit of Final Fantasy VII. I guess I kind of ruined that for her because I tried to help her on the bikes. I didn't even, like, give her a chance to do it herself. And I fucked up her save, and she has never forgiven me for that. So she doesn't really remember a lot of this. But it's exciting that we get to go into this play and to meet all these characters again and differently for the first time. I love the subtlety of just that. Like, every time his, like, I mean, it happened a little bit in the original game as well, but the subtlety of every time his backstory gets brought up. I'm not going to spoil anything if you guys haven't actually played this, but to get that glimpse that his mind is not what it's supposed to be. Now, if you know nothing about Final Fantasy VII, sure, I mean, watch this. Watch people play it. Play it for yourself. It is one of the most influential video games of all time. Whether or not you liked Final Fantasy or not, I urge you to try this video game. If anything, put it on easy mode, put it on classic mode. Watch the story. Seriously, you're going to love it. Even if it takes a couple of years for us to get the entire thing. Be patient. We got this. You know, this is not, I mean, we are now in the age of remakes. The fact that Resident Evil 2 basically started us off with that. And we're getting the Resident Evil 3 remake, and we're getting this. This is an accomplishment in gaming. This is for fans. And you could say what you want. Most likely, yeah, Square, they're dumping a lot of money into this, and they're going to make it. They're going to make it back. But oh, I love, like, him going crazy, and they're just like, whatever. Like, like, really? Is he like this? Because I love it. Answer me. I'm just, when I watched this the first time, I was just smiling ear to ear because I just remember, like, his whole hand just like, rah, rah, rah. Get help. Get help. Just shut the fuck up. Also, Barrett, back up, because I would wreck you. You wouldn't have hired me if you could have done this yourself, so fuck you, dude.
More about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
One cosmetic thing that I want in this game, different types of glasses for Barrett. Probably won't get it, but I want it. And now we get to be introduced to another character in the video game, or in the combat system, which you know, with a turn-based style, it didn't really matter. Like, in a turn-based style game, as far as I was concerned, especially with the way that they had it, the material you picked was the most important part. Barrett was kind of weak in the original game. Obviously, every character in a turn-based style game can be built up and be strong enough to use them. How many people out there actually use Barrett? I don't know the answer to that. I didn't. I really didn't. I was a Cloud, Red 13, and Tifa and Sid person. That's who I mostly used when I played. But I like the idea of how different the characters feel, and I'll show you guys that here in just a second. I'm sure a lot of you have already watched a bunch of stuff on this. I mean, God, I mean, it's Friday, for fuck's sake. We've already been through this. So everybody's already played it. Septic played it. I'm surprised Markiplier haven't played it. Allied joined. Barrett Wallace. So Barrett specializes in ranged attacks because Cloud can't get to every single person, all right? So we move him around, we lock up, and we hold the square button to continuously shoot. Now, he's got the overcharge attack, which is awesome because it'll just fucking wreck things. And he just feels so different than Cloud because obviously he moves a lot slower. His guard, I don't really utilize his guard too much, but when we get that ATB, my favorite thing is he has the steel skin ability. And that's really useful when you're fighting the last boss here because it'll help you. Oh, there's that guy still alive. It'll help you because he gets kind of wrecked. But you can charge this up and then just sit there and hold it because Cloud's useless for these ranged ones. So you have to be on your toes. If I switch with just the right D-pad and go over to Cloud, what can I do? Nothing. Basically, the only thing that I could do, which you could still utilize, is I could back up, I could go to spells, and I could hit it with a fire spell. But that's fine if you want to do that. But he's more useful. I think right now Barrett is more useful to be on the background. He can shoot up and get the pressure going. But to be able to switch between both of them, so seamlessly. I mean, boom, there it is. I can hit the X button, and this is what brings up tactical mode. And I can even do this. I can quickly switch to an item, do potion, and just have Cloud do a potion on himself while I do this, which is great. And the biggest reason I like this style even over 15 is you can't just warp drive yourself like in 15 to victory, and you could just constantly hit potions, just potion, Phoenix down, elixir, all of that in 15. 15 had no challenge. I wish they would have upped the difficulty level. I wish one last update would have gotten us to be more difficult of a game. But they didn't, which really sucked. They got these little, I wouldn't call this a puzzle by any means, but these were in the original game, so there's gonna be tedious things. But that's JRPGs. There's always tedious things. You're running back and forth, doing this and that. The thing that I'm not a big fan of these types of things because I feel like it just adds, like, until we get later in the game, if there's like a big reason to go about and do this just seems kind of pointless besides just the fact that it's part of the world. Oh, I made it through that one. Because, I mean, we're in a place they gotta have shit like this. It just makes sense. Listening to Jessie, she is a thirsty girl. She wants Cloud so bad. These ones are difficult to get the timing down. But it adds a little bit extra stuff to the... damn it! To the game, instead of just being run over here, fight, it's little things like this that matter in video games. You know, I've always been a big fan of mini games. I love getting away from just the monotony of the same thing over and over and over again. You know, you got to break it up a little bit, just like side questing in games. Let me go do a fetch quest once in a while. Now, I'm not sure exactly, like, you stand here and then, like, it's not doing anything, and then I'm not sure if I'm supposed to do something different, but even Cloud says it right here. You think we can take this hunk of junk, and if we just run into it, but I think what he's referencing is the fact that what you want to do in this situation is I'm going to switch over to Barrett because I'm going to get his gauge up. The camera's a little hard to figure out. There's settings that can change it. But now we have to use thunder spells because of its weakness. So you hit that, and you see it says weakness. So you want to rock his shit with thunder. So now he's pressured. Whoops, I meant to stay with Barrett. I'm going to hit him with another thunder spell, and I'm going to switch over to Cloud and to Punisher mode. He's pressured. We probably want to get Barrett's gauge up again because you want to try to stagger them. So continuously going back and forth. We're going to hit him with that, and then we're going to hit him with a thunder spell. Switch back to Cloud. He switches back to operator mode, and now I'm here, so he's pressured. He's down because we hit him with that. Oh, looks like I got an update file for a game I never play. And we want to stagger him, so probably one more over here with a thunder. And now he's staggered. So now they're defenseless, okay? So that's a big opportunity. This is when you wreck shit. It's kind of like in like a Zelda game when you hit them with the 3 moves and they go down, and you just want to wreck their shit as many times as you possibly can. Right now is a big time to do abilities and get these guys to like really hurt them. So a good thing to do, like, right there, especially if the boss is going to be a lot more difficult. Now, it's easy here because they start us at level 7. Now, I think in the original game, they start us at level 5. But if you have your ATB gauges all filled up, cool, they're staggered. Stack those fucking things and get through it. I think in a JRPG or even a game like this, your goal, beat them as fast as possible. Why would you not want to? I'm sure there's going to be trophies and achievements in a year. Sorry, Xbox guys. And PC achievements that you're going to want to get of how fast you can beat bosses. Because why would you not want to just get through them as quickly as possible? I think that also goes towards skill. If you can get something done quicker, that makes it better. Oh, look at all this. Just the environments and everything. Like walking into here, I've been watching, if you've never seen Team Forbestar's Machinima Abridged, where they do the Final Fantasy, it's hilarious. And I'm watching that again for, well, comedic value and to kind of get through the story again, because I don't want to play the original again. I've played it a lot. You can hold R1 and slide down. That's a nice thing, so it's not going to take forever. Boxes are all around. This is where you get, like, potions and such, which they give you a lot. It'll replace your Mako. Because, obviously, they don't have save points. This is a demo, so there's no save in the menu. Not sure how they're going to do that yet. I'm sure it'll be autosave. They might have places where you might see that old save file where you can go to it, and maybe that's where you'll, like, save up you'll get, like, your health and all that back. That would be nice to see, because I like that in games where, because you don't replenish your health walking around. You got to keep your eye on that, which I probably should, because when we get into this main boss fight, it gets a little rough. Let's see here. So, because you can do this out of game. So yeah, Barrett's a little low, so we're going to give Barrett a potion right now to build him back up. So the one thing that I have been having the most difficulty with, and I do this in a lot of games where I hack and slash and I don't focus as much, is keeping an eye on the health. Now, it being in the corner is, I wouldn't say it's out of place or a difficult spot to do it, but you gotta be aware. Just like you gotta be aware in an old JRPG or a turn-based game. You got to be watching, and if you're not watching, oh, he's too high up. Just finish him off real quick there. Perfect. Being aware of your surroundings as well. I don't know if there's going to be things in the, besides the enemies that are around, if there's going to be things that'll hurt you and such like that. Probably, or maybe. You never know. But we're going to go over here and fight these guys. There's no, I mean, in the demo, there's not a big reason to just keep fighting everything, because it's not like you're really going to gain any extra levels or anything like that. But it's just fun, because all we're doing is playing with the combat. You know, like I said, I've done this a couple of times now, and it hasn't gotten old yet to me. And I'm having so much fun playing this combat style, and I'm excited to see if it will maintain that level of fun, excuse me, through, you know, 20, 30 hours of gameplay. Which I think it will, because it's hard for me to get bored, and the fact is that it's Final Fantasy VII, and I mean, I'm gonna 100% this game, and I don't do that. I don't 100% games. I don't usually care that much, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm probably gonna try my best. Look at how beautiful this all looks. Hold that down, slide down. All right, let's do this. We're gonna run on over here, and we're gonna place this bomb. Now, there's two things you can do when you place this bomb. We're gonna watch this cutscene because I love this cutscene. I know I've been talking over most of them, but this one's my favorite.
Let's see if little Stamp really can bite the hand that feeds. Go on, do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job.
Love it. I just love it. Do the damn job. Because Barrett was such a dick to begin with, which is fine. It's his mentality. Cloud is also, you know, he's kind of a little prick to start with, because it's like, you know, yeah, you're here for the paycheck. Do the job, all right? And then we get this little flash. What could that be? What does that mean? What does that mean? God. The fact that he's haunting him, that you see that. Like I said, there's bits of that in the original game. The fact that it feels like, just in this demo alone, that there's going to be more to that he's haunting his memory. Love it. So, two different things. So, in the demo, you don't need 30 minutes. If you want, I mean, if you're worried about the boss, do it. If you do 20 minutes, you see a nice little extra bit of a cutscene at the end of everything. And there's different dialogue options for both of them, so that's fun. Not that there's a lot of choice, you know, built into Final Fantasy VII by any means, but it makes it a little fun, because if you do something different the next time, it's like, oh, he said something different. Now we get into the boss battle. Now, these are going to be so much fun. So to start with, it's pretty easy. You just start it up, keep your eye on everything. Already our health is pretty low. So we're gonna try to dodge as much as we can with him, because I want to get Barrett's ATB gauge up. We're gonna hit him with an overcharge because we want to hit him with that sweet lightning magic. I'm gonna hit him with one here, then work on getting his ATB gauge up again. So one thing, and they also said this in the interview, that's gonna be difficult for a lot of people to completely follow, is going to be the idea of all the fucking dialogue of when they're fighting. It's awesome to see that continuously. I'm going to stack these two. Like, they're just always talking. And Nomura, the director of the game, or producer now, I can't remember what his thing went to now. He thinks that they might have actually recorded too much dialogue for it, because he's like, it's always happening, and that's so exciting. Yeah, you can't hit R1 when you're running here. So now he's got a defense system up. So now what we have to do is, you know, you want to get around. Magic is a good way to bring this down. I'm gonna try. I can't. I'm not good at dodge rolling out of the way there. So we need to get Barrett up a little bit here, because we're gonna hit him with we're gonna hit Cloud with a potion. So there we go. Whoa, okay. Nope, we want the field generator, because now here is where it gets a little bit interesting. So sure, you can just keep hitting him. It's not gonna do it. Like, you can see there's a bunch of ones and everything around. It even says reduced. You need to take out the field generator instead to get him to get back to being able to weaken him and disable him. So there's more on the field than just holding it down. So I'm going to keep hitting the field generator because I got to get that ATB gauge up. We have an overcharge, which does a little bit more damage. But my favorite part is if we do this. Oh, I need an ether. If you hit him with a lightning spell or a thunder spell on the field generator, it's immune. So you have to wreck it with just your regular attacks. Ooh, shit. Cloud is not doing good. Cloud is not doing good. I have not died yet. I was not paying attention. I'm talking too much. Luckily, the potions are very fast, so that's good. So we're just going to keep hitting it. Because he does a little bit more damage. We're going to get this up because we have to break that field generator before we can really do any damage. Now, the thing is without switching to the other characters, you can see that the ATB gauges go really slow. It's not just like, you know, you're going to be able to switch back. You've got to be able to switch back and forth.
It wouldn't be much of a weapon if it went down easy.
Don't compliment the giant scorpion. I love it. Okay. Get in there, Cloud. And see, now he's not doing very good with hitting him. But we got 2 ATB gauges, so we're going to do a Braver, and we're going to do a Focus. We're going to switch those up here. Then we're going to switch back over here and keep his gauge going. So it's a lot of back and forth. And I love that because I feel like that's very old school RPG style of gaming for the reason that you just got to stay on your toes. You have to. We're going to cure Barrett here. So now he's pressured because now we have the... I should be guarding more. I'm not great at the guard yet. So I'm going to hit a steel skin on Barrett here and keep going. That's reduced. We'll switch over to here. Okay, so now he goes up there because obviously Cloud can't do anything yet. I'm going to hit... you can hit R2 as well to go into this because we're going to have Cloud who has 1, and then we're going to have Barrett even do a potion on himself. You can have them switch to the others. Guard. Yep, reduce that a little bit. So it's blocked. So that's good. Reduced. I don't think a thunder spell. Oh, the field generator's back up. That's right. My bad. Yeah, I'm trying on the barrier here. Alright. We're going to get the gauges back up. And you can see, I love the idea that it's not, I'm hitting the wrong guy. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Field generator. You got to make sure you're hitting the right thing. Now, the lock-on thing, you can switch back and forth with the R2 button. Oh, yeah, baby. Okay. Abilities. Focus shot. We got the barrier down. We're going to focus shot him, and then we need to gauge back up. Oop! Guard, maybe? All right, he's back up there. We're going to need to get a potion here in just a second. Cloud can do a potion. Barrett needs it. Overcharge while he's up there. Because he's pressured, and we almost got him staggered. Barrett's got 2. So, focus shot, and... Oh, that took 2. Oh, I didn't even realize that. That took 2. So now he's staggered. I like to go back to Cloud and switch to Punisher mode because he just fucking wrecks him. There's a lot of damage. Now, he's not staggered for long. I believe this is also teaching us because I think that there is more of a... He might be staggered more in the main game because we're trying to get to our limit break. So that way we can see exactly how to play the game. I mean, it's still teaching us. This is still technically tutorial mode because now he has a different mode. The tail laser, which will wreck you. I have not let myself get hit by it. It's easy. We come over here. We hide behind this. No big deal. And you wait. Now, I believe... Oh, no, not yet. Now you gotta be close enough, because you saw I was not close enough. I didn't hit him there. Because it's not gonna automatically bring you where you need it to go. Cloud's getting wrecked there. We're gonna switch to Barret because he's got that cure spell. I'm gonna get this back up. Hit him with an overcharge. He's got 2, so we're gonna do this real quick. We're gonna cure Cloud. I'm gonna get that back up, and we're also going to do a focus shot. And real quick, so because you can stop it at any time, it's my favorite part. And we're gonna switch back. We're gonna potion Barret at that point too. And the charge will slowly go up. You can hit triangle to try to charge it again. Okay, get behind debris again. I don't know if this will work. We're gonna try it while we're back here. Okay, it did work. So you can still hit him with his weakness. So that's nice. So you can continuously do it. You don't have to completely wait. Let's go. Okay, because we're almost to our limit. We're gonna braver this motherfucker right here. Boom. And my favorite part is these aren't easy battles. Like, it takes time to get this going. So, like, that makes me think of, like, later fight. I keep thinking of, like, doing, like, Ruby or Omega, which I hope to God that they're in the game. If they're not, that'll be kind of upsetting. Even if they ended up being, like, DLC fights. Fuck it. Whatever. Just as long as they're in the game. But think about how long this fight's already taking. You know, what, like 5-10 minutes? Jesus Christ, you know? Get out of the way! How long will those fights take? That's insanity to me. Alright, we got him pressured. I want to hit him with a thunder. We're doing good on health. Yep. Because we're almost to... Oh, does Barret have it? So Barret has his limit. So fire in the hole. So after you get your limit gauge built up there, we can hit this. And obviously, everybody knows what a limit break is. Or you should. Hit some super powerful attack. Look at all those particle effects and how beautiful it is. And whack, baby! Now, if you can, follow along with how many fucking points it does, whether or not the numbers really do mean anything. That didn't do much more than a regular, like, Thunder Spell. Not much more. But it's still good, because it'll work on different enemies. You want to hit them in different spots. Because now, here's the good part. Right leg, left leg, all right? So you got right leg and left leg. So now you want to take those out, because he's in an auto repair mode. So with you taking out the legs, which you want to do super fast, because he's going to keep healing. So you have to take these out quick. Nope, Barret, I need you. I need you on the right leg, because you want to try to take them out one at a time. I hit the wrong thing again. Thunder Spell on the right leg, because you have to. So like as you can see, a Thunder Spell. Oh, I don't have enough MP. Basically took it out like right away. And once his legs are gone, he will no longer auto heal. Now they do go down pretty easily. But that's a good thing, you know, because he keeps healing. It's not been much. He's almost dead. We're going to switch over to Cloud, go into Punisher mode, and wreck his shit. And we did it. That is a boss fight. Look at how long that took to beat. So much time to take down a boss. And, like, this is the first boss of the video game. Of a 20 to 30 hour game. They're just going to get harder and harder and more difficult. And not even just more difficult, they're going to have more to them. And I can't wait to see what else is happening. Uh-oh, the bomb. And it has begun. Now, you're good. Like, it doesn't take long to run the hell out of here. Look at how just gorgeous this is. Now, from what I've also heard, this is compressed. At least the cutscenes are. So the gameplay... like elements is exactly how I think it's gonna look in the main game, probably with a few like a little bit of patches like when it first comes out and everything. But from what I heard, like the opening cutscene is compressed to bring it to the like to get it under 8 gigs for just this little bit of a video game. So I like to take that as they compressed even the gameplay a little bit, which means that this will look even prettier when the main game releases. And not that everybody's going to be doing it, but this game looks this beautiful, like, on the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. So on the Pro, I don't think in the demo it has, like, an HDR mode or anything like that built into it yet. Because I don't see, like, a thing for that. But to see this in full HDR, shit. What about the PS5? This will come to it. You know it will. Because obviously, Part 2 will come to the PS5. And it's going to be interesting to see how progress carries over. Now, that's not an unheard of thing. They used to do that with games all the time. Fucking Mass Effect was always like that. Whatever you play in the original game, your save file can cross over. It happens in MLB. So as long as they have a feature where it's like, load up your old save file, so that way we know. But I'm also curious if you're going to be able to, I mean, why wouldn't you be able to just plug in Part 2 without playing Part 1? So that'll be really interesting how they dive into that style of things. I mean, I would never play Part 2 without playing Part 1, you know? Regardless of how they market it and everything and how they end it, yeah, they're standalone games, that's fine. I think that, I mean, I definitely think this is one of the cases where it's like, do I need to play Part 1 to play Part 2? Yes and no, but you should. Get the full experience. And now, yes, like I said, the camera can be a little wonky in gameplay and outside of it a little bit. There are a lot of settings that you can change things up, so play with them to your specifications. I'm not grabbing anything because we're just running the hell out of here because we're almost done. This is a much longer video than normal, guys, that I usually do on this channel. If you have made it this far, thank you. But this is build-up. This is what I want to do. When a Resident Evil 3 demo comes out, I will do that as well, and I'll try to do more like this, but just want to talk to you guys about Final Fantasy VII and how amazing this is. I can't wait to see what more they're going to toss in with, like, besides just, like, these characters, but characters you never really got to, that are so important to the main story, like, and Cloud's story. I want to see what more they're going to do with those other characters as well. And how much more time we're going to get to spend with these characters before big things. I got Soldier Boy with me. Ex-Soldier Boy. I love that shit. Like, fuck it, right? Like, just... Clock's ticking! Yeah, I mean, pretty much. So, fire spell. Security Officer B. Fuck you, dude. I'm probably, for the most part, I'm just gonna wreck shit with Cloud on the way out the door here. Because I love playing as well. Is there somebody else? Oh, there is. Get the hell out of here. So, like I said, backing up the camera is probably something that I will do when I play the main game, because it's hard to see everything on the field when it's so close, so... but it's also, you know, be aware of your surroundings. Let's wreck another one of these guys here. Let that build up. Got an overcharge. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do a thunder spell, and I'm going to do a fire spell at the same time, and switch back to Cloud. So you can see how much more that pressure mode goes up when you do something like that. Don't overdo it. I just love that they continuously talk. I've honestly thought about playing this game with just my headphones on, because I don't typically do that with games, because I got a decent surround system upstairs. Switch to Punisher mode. I love how seamless it switches. It's not difficult to just get you to where you need to be as fast as possible. So the input lag is rarely there, and I love that, because that's the thing that bugs a lot of people. Where it's like, just do this, just do this. But it's very seamless. It's very quick. But yeah, with like the headphones, I wanted to just listen to the music and the dialogue, because the music is supposed to change, and I haven't really been able to pay attention to it as much. So like it's beautiful. It's like the same music over and over again, but depending on like apparently where like your health is, how intense the battle gets, the things that you're messing around with, it's supposed to change constantly, and that's crazy. Which, I mean, we just have the typical battle music playing right now in the background, so like I want to listen to that, because the music in this game is some of my favorite music of all of Final Fantasy. besides maybe like 10, honestly. So to hear that change, it's been difficult because like the first time I played it with my wife, and it was tough to see. So these are shock troopers. These guys will wreck your shit. Sit back, hold guard, and wait, because you can stagger them in 2 hits with your counterattack that you have in Punisher mode, and then just wreck them up. Otherwise, as you can already see, he wrecked me. I saw a lot of comments of people saying like I can't get past the shock troopers. You know, everybody has their own. There's a different way to do things with every single character. Am I lost? The fuck? Oh, I'm an idiot. So that's also there. Like where there's other characters you just hack and slash. Sit back and wait. So switch to Punisher mode. There's 2 of them. And there you go. And then hit him a couple of times. Sit back and guard if you can. You gotta be quick on it. You gotta be quick because look at how much they're fucking me up. Because they will dodge a lot of your attacks. But you want to stagger them. Wait for it, you know. Because that's another thing. Ooh, didn't actually get him that time. Shit! Oh, not good. Potion. Oh, and he actually got me down. He actually got me down. So luckily we have a Phoenix down. Cloud fell unconscious. All right. So we got them that time. That's the first time I have fallen. Now, I wasn't paying that much attention. I also got a little cocky. So that's where it can become a not good thing. Don't get over cocky. That's why I don't think this should be considered a button mashing type game. I also hate the term button mashing just for the reason that what else do you do in a fucking video game? You mash buttons. Whether or not there's a certain style to it or like strategy and all that, you're just hitting buttons. So, you know, I hate that term. That's the only thing. But that was me being overconfident in just the fact that Cloud could just fuck them up, and it didn't actually happen. So be on your guard. Pay attention. Don't just rush into everything because that's also JRPG style. Don't mess up. Take your time. Level grind if you have to, because otherwise you're going to get into something that you're not going to be able to take over. I've messed that up on plenty of Final Fantasy games. My buddy Matt almost had a fucking aneurysm because of how I fucked up my sphere grid in Final Fantasy X. I went the wrong route. I had the strategy guide and everything, and I didn't use it. And by the time that I got to one of the last fights with Seymour, I could not beat him because I fucked that up so bad. I literally had to start the game over. I couldn't beat him. I probably could have gone to level grind. Unfortunately, the part I was in wouldn't let me backtrack. And that's what happens in games. But you're all gamers. That's why you're here, right? This is amazing. I love this. Favorite part about this? We didn't set the bomb off. They did. They blew it up. Propaganda, baby. This game means so much in this day and age, more than it did in 1997, of what they're doing. Now remember, these guys, they're eco-terrorists. These guys are terrorists. Don't forget that. Keep that in mind while you're playing through the game and how things can switch. There's a good motive here of why they're doing what they're doing, but the way they go about it is horrible. It's bad. It wrecks things as the story progresses. It is not a good thing. You sympathize with these characters later on because of the other people that you meet, but remember where you start. And that's why this story is so incredible. Pick it up. Let's go, girl. Jesse. Oh, girl.
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
Thirsty girl. She's so cute, though. And I love that because, like, Jesse in the original game, Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge, whatever. They were throwaway characters, as a lot of, like, those characters can be. They really were. Badass.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
And there's the smirk. You never see that again until Advent Children. And that's the demo, guys. And then we get the final cutscene here. Enjoy it and watch. And seriously, just look at how gorgeous this is. How beautiful it is. And what, with fan outcry for years and years and years, we were finally able to get. We got this game. We are getting this game. I do not care if I have to spend $60 on each part. I will spend over $200 on this. Final Fantasy VII is one of the biggest games of all time, still considered to be one of the best games of all time. That's not the case for everybody. That's just, I mean, that is just like a widespread thing. But we got it. Let's not bitch about it. She gives him the flower, and then my favorite part is in these cutscenes, he's got the flower on the whole time, even when you quickly see this. These are just glimpses of future gameplay, but he's still wearing the flower, and I love that. It means so much to just have that little tiny bit. There's gonna be so much. We're a month away, guys, as the time of recording this. I will not be doing a Final Fantasy VII playthrough on this channel. I will be playing this by myself. Forget all you, all right? I will be gone. And then here, if you did the 20-minute section, you get this. As far as I'm concerned, Death himself. Sephiroth. And that's the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, guys. This game comes out 1 month from today. Or close to. Yeah, and I love that they just want you to purchase it. I will be doing the digital deluxe edition. And I'll be getting a physical copy as well because I'm a loser like that and I want a physical copy of this. Because it comes on 2 Blu-ray discs. But thank you guys for watching this. I really hope, if you made it through, this is a much longer video than I normally do. Play this for yourself. I talked about it like crazy. I could probably still talk about it. But go try it. It's free. Takes you 40 minutes to run through it. Try this combat system. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Try both styles. If you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. Please do not shit on people who want to enjoy this game or anything like that. If you are mean in my comments, I will delete your comment. I do not do that. We're here to be nice. We're here to have fun. We're here to dick around and just enjoy life and enjoy video games. And that's why I'm doing this series again. Build up, baby. Stay tuned for the next episode, whatever that might be. Whatever you guys want. What do you want me to talk about? Tell me in the comments. Guys, hit that subscribe button. And I will see you all in the next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.